try this. There we go. Finally. Sorry, my mute was jammed. Ugh. And definitely, let's see here. Let's get the BGM down just a little bit. That's just a little bit high. So, all right. Yeah. Honestly, it's been an interesting day, and of course, felt the Lord actually pushed something on my heart today because, well, if we actually have been paying attention on social media, we all know the Twitterverse has kind of broke itself in half. Blue Sky itself is actually keeping itself mum's the word with regards to things, and of course, yeah. If you've been anywhere on Twitter today, you've pretty well seen what's going on, and it's sneaking, but, you know, it is what it is. So, yeah. So, of course, what basically got placed on me today... Oh, that's pretty good, Jay. Just to explain what's going on, I'm not going to actually bring it up on screen or anything because it is extremely graphic content. What ended up happening is the lady who was actually brutalized on Subway, the actual footage came out. And originally, before in previous days, it was edited by the authority that, you know, everything up to it was cut. We just got today the footage after the break, and it has caused a firestorm. And today, God kind of placed it on my heart that we need to actually discuss that sort of thing with regards to what the Bible has to say with regards to God's heart for justice in a world of violence. Because honestly, when we see this kind of thing, where all of a sudden it's... I don't know exactly what was going on with regards to what was in the man's mind at that time. I wasn't there. I am not the Lord, so I cannot tell. Now, honestly, God sees the injustice, he grieves over it, and he calls his people to act with courage, compassion, and to be righteous with regards to our words and where we are. So that's where I'm going today, is to actually discuss this with regards to where we can actually see this with regards to what the word says and where we stand as Christians. Because there's a lot of us that will actually see this footage and see what happened, and immediately right there we all have moments where we will be tempted to the sin of wrath right away. I know me as a father. I have children who are in their 20s, one is turning 30, and just seeing it as a father, my mind reels with it. And it's not just a personal tragedy, it's a moral outrage that reminds us that evil still operates in our world. And it is what it is. It's there. It is worldly. We are called to be in the world, but not of it. So trying to rise above this is hard. It is very hard. Because, of course, in our minds, we wish to actually go down into the gutters. We wish to actually go down and be in there. But, of course, for an opening reflection, dare I say, that we look to Habakkuk 2:12. I'll even give you a moment to actually look it up if you wish. If you can earmark that, but it is Habakkuk 2:12. Woe to him who builds a city with bloodshed and establishes a town by injustice. And that just calls out the way things have been going. And it, honestly, I am feeling a little choked up with regards to that because we see the injustice all around us in our major cities, that there's injustice abound, there's bloodshed, things are not being taken care of, and it just seems like injustice is running rampant. So, of course, we look to Proverbs 31, verse 8 and 9. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Because when we look back at this, it's where the woman who was injured and lost her life, she was fleeing a war-torn country. She was a refugee that was here, and she felt that she was safe. She didn't expect to have to be in a town of injustice and bloodshed. She expected to be in a compassionate country with loving people around her. She didn't expect to have her head on a swivel. And that is the hard part to realize, is the evil is all around us when we least expect it. So in these, it's where scripture doesn't shy away from the realities of all of these injustices. It goes from Abel's murder in Genesis 4 by Cain, his own brother, all the way through to the crucifixion. The Bible is constantly confronting pain and injustice up front, all the time. And we need only look into the Word to actually see the different moments where that is. Oh, and I'm sorry I'm actually going at length here, and you're welcome to speak up at any point if you wish to actually ask for any clarifications or if we wish to discuss any of this further. And of course, my tracking gets screwed up if I try to take a sip of coffee. So feel free to laugh at my scoff. But of course, going backwards, we can look into the Old Testament for Exodus 3, 7, and 8. For God's awareness of the injustice that is there. It's where God tells Moses, and of course, this is where I'm actually tempted to use my my voice mod for it in regards to God and actually what he says. But to give it a shot, we can go with it for when God actually tells Moses, I have indeed seen the misery of my people. I have heard them crying out, and I am concerned about their suffering. So, of course, when we think about it, God isn't very distant. He sees every act of violence, including the events that we are seeing every day. He will hold the guilty accountable. Now, we have to question, how does knowing that God sees and hears the cries of the oppressed shape our response to the injustices that are around us today? We have to look to the word itself as well with regards to those injustices. Psalm chapter 10, 17 to 18. You, Lord, hear the desire of the afflicted. You encourage them and you listen to their cry, defending the fatherless and the oppressed. And here is where we realize that lament is not weakness. It's the biblical way to bring the grief and outrage before God. It's where we need to remember to pray and trust in the Lord that things will go. Very true, Jay. Very true. He does tell us to avoid certain things, but also sometimes it is up to us to prevent it. So, in those regards, it's hard to understand because we have to use our free will. Now, this is where it calls into account some of the other things that are in the video, because I actually did watch the video. I was disheartened. It's pretty graphic. I don't recommend, if you are faint of heart or are prone to outrage, to actually watch it. But the one thing that is the hardest is there are several other bystanders that are in that train car when it actually occurs. So when that actually occurred, you have to question, were these people too afraid? It's where God calls on us that even in the aftermath of what had happened, if any one of them had stood up, I just have the feeling that her death could have been prevented. But the other question is whether or not, were they afraid of the man who had committed the heinous act? Because they were still standing around in the aftermath of the event. So this is where evil wins when good folk do not stand up. And that's one of those things with regards to, calling back to a city of injustice and bloodshed. If no one stands up, then evil wins. And the most we can do is we can call forth for us all to pray for justice to be done. And that God's comfort be near for the woman's family. And her name is Irina. I'm trying to actually keep things in a calmer sense, and, I'm not going to call for anybody to do anything untoward, but I'm saying that justice should prevail, that the Lord bring forth the swiftness with regards to the worldly law to come forward on it, because we have laws in our country and that needs to be taken care of. Because and all of a sudden there are others that are out there that would actually say, okay, yes, you're a Christian, yes, isn't it always about turn the other cheek and everything like that? Here's the thing to consider. Hey, thanks for the follow. And the one thing you have to think about and consider is Jesus didn't come to, rewrite the whole book. He came to fulfill the law. Thou shalt not kill was actually not overwritten. That is biblical law. And it's where we look forward on all of that, because there were standard punishments even back then. Did Jesus overwrite those? No. There's clear biblical law with regards to it, and people need to be held to account. So the perpetrator of these needs to see that justice is done. I'm just putting that there. Because some of the things that actually have come out with regards to the perpetrator, they've been released from prison and jail and probation 14 times. Yep. And Dro, definitely you could thank Jay. Thank you for that, sir. Yep. Dro is, I will be honest, straightforward. Dro is my wife. She tends to lurk in the backgrounds. So. So, of course, we can move forward with this in regards to all of it, that I would love to see that judgment come forward. Honestly. Oh, trust me. Marriage is one thing that we could definitely talk about, Jay, but we can continue that one forward after we finish this first study. We could definitely hang on for that one. But moving to the next part, we have a call to action, of course, with regards to Micah chapter 6, verse 8. He has shown you, O mortal, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Yeah, justice is not optional for believers. This is a command. We act justly, advocating for the fair trial, supporting the family. We need to work towards everything to end the systemic violence that is going on. Now, this doesn't mean that we have to fall to vigilantism, which is one of the things that I would definitely caution against. Taking law into your own hands is not something that would be good. Definitely not a good thing to do. So, it's honestly better that we try to help those that are afflicted by the violence, but we also need to empower our legal system to actually move forward to provide the fair trial. I mean, we have to provide the evidence of this is the man, this is what happened, this is what was done, and he needs to be put accordingly forward. And after 14 separate events prior, we need to actually consider, okay, what has he done in the past? This is what he's done now. And he needs to be held to account with regards to mortal law before the Lord judges completely. Now, life in prison is not exactly a good thing. However, it keeps them off of the streets because they kind of forfeited things. This allows an opportunity for them to repent of their sin. I mean, that is a better opportunity than most, for them to be able to repent of their sin, and then they would be able to continue and try to actually do good works in the aftermath. But this also calls into the questions of, what if they don't? Well, God has their own final justice for that. True, Jay. Prison is not rehabilitation, but it is an opportunity. This is where I actually end up saying, trust me, I'm still working on my testimony. I'm going to be in the future doing Testimony Tuesdays. It's just today we had current events that just kind of put it on my heart. And it's going to be a long, different tale. And one of the things to definitely say is I do not know if one of the people in my past is actually rehabilitated or not, because they actually were sentenced LWOP, life without parole. However, things got changed. I did look into the past with regards to it. Somebody I knew, and I'll be straight up blunt about it. This is going to be part of my Lust series as well. It is a woman that I actually snuck into my bedroom when I was a teenager. She actually Away from me, I did not actually, I was not part of any of that, but she did commit a homicide. She was tried and convicted, and she spent a long time. We're talking, I looked into it because all of a sudden I found out she's out, she's on the streets, and she's out and about. Okay, how did that happen? So I had to go digging. After about 8 years of her being in there, she basically petitioned the courts. The courts actually granted a life sentence with possibility of parole. That was the change that she ended up getting. Now, time went on and on and on, and roundabouts 2020, she was eligible. She wound up eligible for parole in 2017. She didn't get it that time. Roundabouts 2020 came up again. COVID, that kind of thing, overpopulation. She actually was released on parole. And from all intents and purposes, before I deleted all of my personal social media, she's keeping her nose clean. She's apparently living with her family, and I don't know if she met the Lord while she was in prison or anything like that. But from all intents and purposes, from what I understand, she is trying to do a good life. You met a former inmate who had some stories, and he has a scar around his neck because oh, yeah, a guard actually saved him. Nice. Yeah, that would definitely be a moment where all of a sudden he was actually called to. Yeah, and like I said, there are events that could have happened in her life inside that system where the opportunity was provided forth, and she may have found God. I haven't spoken to her in 20 years plus, so life could have been entirely different. Of course, I enjoy a tangent. That was a good tangent. And honestly, if God can forgive her of her sin and she actually repented of her sin and everything that she had done, because let's be honest, she pled guilty. She pled guilty to that. She didn't argue that she didn't argue that she wasn't guilty of it. She didn't argue that there were mitigating circumstances. She pled guilty to a second-degree manslaughter because the events in which it's where she was with a group of others, there were a couple of other people, she was trying to commit a burglary, and in essence, the dude came home because he forgot something, because he'd left for work, came home, caught them in the act of trying to burglarize his house, and it got completely messy from there. So, yeah, this is other back knowledge that I don't really talk about too much. I'm cutting out a lot of details. I know a lot more than what I'm talking about. I even know some of the bloody, gory details of that scene, but I don't talk about those because that was not released to the public. That was not released out in the wild. So, in regards to respect for the victim and respect for the families, I don't discuss the dirty, nitty-gritty details of that. The truth is, she came forward, pled guilty, went forward, took her punishment, and I don't blame her after sitting for 8 years solid to petition to actually get things removed, because let's be honest, the time that she pled on this, her age at the time, 17. She was 17 when that happened, when it was all said and done. So yeah, and we're talking, this is a story from towards the beginning of In My Testimonies, and I may not even touch on it. So this is one of those side notes, things I can tangent off of. But yeah, I wish her well. I pray that she found God, because the last thing I heard was she was trying to give back to the community. I didn't see anything with regards to if she had found Jesus or anything, but I wish her well. At least that way God has an opening and is there. Now, to move forward with our stuff. Oh, no problem, Jay. I'm going to continue. Now, there is hope in God's final justice with regards to everything. We can look forward to the day. Revelations chapter 21:4. God does promise a day when he will wipe every tear from our eyes, and there will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain. Now, honestly, we can work for justice now, and we can anchor our hope in ultimate justice and restoration that God brings. So, for all of everything that goes on, we know that the final justice will come. But we also need to aid and assist in the justice that is here in the coming days. I do not know if the man was actually arrested. I haven't delved too big into it. And, of course, we will always hope that God will open a door and will move where all of that is. Now, of course, I would actually have a moment of prayer. Now, I would like to thank the Lord for the days that I actually have here. I would thank the Lord for every day that I continue to have. And I thank the Lord for my ability to be where I am, to stream when I can. I would pray for comfort for Irina and her loved ones. Of course, I pray for the courage for the advocates and the witnesses that were there on that train to come forward and speak their piece. And of course, I pray for God's wisdom to be granted to the prosecutor, to anybody who is looking over the legal of this situation. And I pray for renewed commitment for the local churches to be a voice for those who have no voice. And it is with the Lord's will and in his name. Amen. Now, of course, there's always a challenge that can be taken away for those out there. a moment of personal reflection to think, is there other things that can be done in your own life for others? Other support that can actually be provided to other people to actually stand up for others. That is one of the big things to actually call forward for. Now, in regards to discussing different things for marriage, as Jay was actually calling forward on, I could definitely say marriage is definitely an interesting thing to discuss. We could always say that completely. Welcome back, Jay. Welcome back. Definitely. I'm at the point where you could definitely ask me questions with regards to marriage, because, yeah, been at this whole game for over, oh God. Been with my wife personally for, oh, you definitely challenged me on that one. Marriage. Marriage is what brings us here together today. Marriage, that blessed arrangement, that dream within a dream, and one true love will follow you forever. Princess Bride. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So, it's where I've been with my wife since 2024. So we're going on 21 years of actually being together. And the true part of all of that is we're going on 17 years of being married. So yeah, that is its own thing. So there's hardships, there's different pains. I mean, the one true thing that I can say with regards to all of it is stubbornness. Complete and total stubbornness. Because I've been nothing but stubborn. And so is she. So, you'll have to pardon me a moment. Okay. All right. Let's... Pardon me a moment. I got something going here. There we go. There we go. Okay. Do apologize for that. There was a quick moment where my daughter was being delivered from staff. I had to return home. Oh, cousin's getting married next year. Oh. That would be a good one. That would be a good one. That would be awesome. Just pure awesome. Oh. If only these intrusive thoughts. Okay. Now, yeah, I agree. That is its own thing there. Intrusive thoughts can definitely get on people's nerves. So, I mean, we all have our own things that we can look at. Now, in regards to other things, let's see here. I've definitely got some scuff going on here. Let's see. See if I can get this going on here. All right. Okay. Don't know if that's going to work, but honestly, I have to think about what we're going to do next since we finished that part of the day. Let's see about changing things up, shall we? Think I'm going to change things up just a little bit and see about starting off. Oh, yes, I would always enjoy something like that. Now, if you wish to actually put that in, say, I don't know if the links will work in chat, but if you need to, you could always send it to me on the Discord. That would work too. Okay. Oh, gee. Let's see here.
And get the chance to do it.
Let's see here. Roll things back. Let me get this set up here. Of course, there's always got to be something fun that's messed up on my stuff. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Pause the old BGM here. Grab that link. Oh, the background, I got that out of Red Dead Redemption. It's until I can get something from, say, one of the artists that I'm looking at. I'm in queue, is the best way to say it. Because I have to wait for one of my friends to get done with hers first. You might know Armor of Faith is in queue ahead of me. So I've got to wait. Get this, because of course, remember when I mentioned all of my stuff got messed up? Yeah, the mess up.
Get the chance to do
Let's see, you get this here, roll this back. Here we go.
Do you have someone?
Let's pause there. This thing is being nice and messed up and trying to get my source correct here. Let's see. Of course, I've always got to have some scuff. It is what it is. Mm. Now let's see if I can get the sizing on this. There we go. Here we are. There we go. And hopefully that is working. Oh, trying to tell the difference. Yeah. Here we
Do you
go.
have someone you haven't seen or talked to in such a long time? Is there something you want to tell that person, but you didn't get the chance to do it? I do. Hi, my name is SpeedShareJ, and I want to share my story. This story is for an old friend I haven't seen for a decade. Sadly, I have no knowledge of where he is. I don't know what he's been up to. I don't know how to contact him. His name was Nico. Let's talk about how we met. I moved from my home state to Oahu. Yep, that's right, Hawaii. Hawaii was beautiful, but maybe I'll talk about it in detail in another video. I moved into an apartment complex and my neighbor was a kid named Nico, same age as me, 13. We hung out outside. He taught me how to ride a ripstick. We snuck into each other's apartments when our parents weren't home and played Xbox. Almost every morning we walked to school together. We didn't go to the same school, but we would walk and talk until we had to split up. I remember one time we spotted a centipede. Nico decided to pick it up with a book. We looked at it all fascinated. It was creepy, yet fascinating. Just sharing good relaxing times we had. Nico was the oldest out of his two brothers. I only remember one of their names, Mooney. When his brothers wanted to play outside, he had to watch them. One
That's a very common thing. I was the oldest of my siblings.
time he had to do something at home and I offered to watch the boys. I actually enjoyed watching them. It was kind of nice. I tried to be a good friend, then I had to move after being there for a year. Alright, now on to the real reason why I'm narrating this. I have something to say to you, Nico, if you are watching this. I'm sorry. You may not remember this, but there was something I said to you one time. It was a joke I was trying to make. Instead, that was wrong of me to say that. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Well, that's my story. I don't really expect you to find this, Nico, but if you do, I don't expect you to remember me. And if you do find this video, and you're wondering who I am and where we met, remember this word, Wayana. Here's to you, bro. I miss you, man. I hope you're doing well, and I hope we can catch up someday. Aloha.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I get that. That is definitely a thing. I understand entirely. And it definitely helps that that is actually out there. Because you never know. Stranger things have happened. The Lord could actually have it come around. You never know. I even have my own different tales that can come about. Clip-wise, even. Somebody could clip it. You know. But yeah. Honestly. Oh, yeah. Yeah. A Yeti is actually not a bad mic. I will admit that for people who are just starting out, that kind of stuff. Yeti's okay. It's not bad. There are more professional people that actually, glom on it, but that's whatever. So I wonder what you'd think about actually kicking off some Final Fantasy today. Let's see here. See if we can get this nice and kicked off. Sure, and test. Here we go. And here we are. That is what it is. Can always. Waiting is waiting. Of course, I'm trying to not peak the audio. Let's see. Is this... Yeah, there we go. Because it wasn't reading correctly, so... We're just gonna go with a new. Don't need to go with the challenge, I don't feel like it. Can do a challenge run another time.
Lord Captain, we're nearly to the Baron border.
So we are.
The trouble's here, too. Orders may be orders, but this goes too far.
Okay. You got me confused there, bro.
Lord Captain! We're the Red Wings, the pride of Baron! Must we now be thieves, sent to plunder from the weak?
Enough.
But Lord Captain, the Mysidians offered no resistance, and still we cut them down.
Listen to me.
Thanks for the heads
We
up.
did no more than what our kingdom's peace and prosperity required.
Gonna definitely need to do that. Thank you. Thank you for the heads up. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Let's see. Uh, let's see. There we go. There we go. There. Got it.
Us to do.
If this thing would work, right?
Mysidians knew too much of the crystal and its secrets. His Majesty deemed it so. We are the Red Wings of Baron. It is not our place to question the orders of our king.
Lord Captain.
Lord Captain! Monsters at the fore!
Here we go. I'm not that big on an auto battle. Especially you don't need it on this one. Yeah, this version is actually the remake. Basically, it kind of got ported
Everyone
over
all right?
from the Nintendo DS.
With all these monsters as of late.
Disturbing, is it not? I wonder what it bodes. We've reached the castle, my lord.
Well then, prepare for landing, men.
The young lord returns triumphant. You did secure Mysidius crystal, did you not?
The crystal is ours, but the Mysidians, they did not even raise a hand in their own defense, by God.
All's the better then, is it not? Only fools would dare oppose the almighty will of Baron. Come, we must not keep His Majesty waiting. A moment, my lord. Your Majesty, I fear our good Lord Cecil's faith in you begins to waver. See if I got this. See if I got this
Right. Ooh, lovely. It's not exactly working, but hey, no better time than now to just wing it. Ha! Why not, right? Does it now? Indeed. Your loyalty and worth are proven once again, Captain Baikan. But the crystal is all that matters. Bring him before me. As you wish.
Lord Cecil, His Majesty bids you enter.
The kingdom of
Baron hails your return, Cecil. You have brought me the crystal, I trust.
I have, Your Majesty. It is
Genuine, Your Majesty.
So it is. See how it shines? That will be all, Cecil. You may leave us now.
Your Majesty. Have you
Some matter to discuss?
King has granted you your leave, and yet you would trouble him further?
I know it is not my place to ask, Your Majesty, and I pray you can forgive my indiscretion. But what is it you aim to do? Your ways are not as they once were. My men's hearts grow heavy with misgiving, as does yours.
Your Majesty, no. I would
Never doubt. Do you take me for a fool, Cecil?
Do you think your treasonous whisperings escape my ears? After all I've done for you, Cecil, you wound me. This is most unfortunate, but I can place no trust in one who offers none in return. I hereby relieve you of command of the Red Wings. My liege! You will go now to the Valley of Mist instead. There is a task I would have you do. A phantom creature haunts the borders of that land, the Eidolon Mist. You will slay it and deliver this ring to the village that lies beyond. They will know its meaning. Be gone at first light on the morrow. Your Majesty.
I beg you, my liege, reconsider. You know Cecil would not betray you. Ah, King.
I was not aware of this matter concerned you, but as you seem so eager to protect your friend, let your spear accompany his blade on the road to Mist. Your Majesty!
I've no more words.
Take the ring and be gone, while my mood is yet fair. My liege.
Jane, forgive me. I did not mean to draw you into this. What's to forgive?
We'll slip this Eidolon of years and all will be forgotten. You'll be commanding the Red Wings again before you know it. King.
You must be tired from the city again.
Leave the preparations to me and get yourself some rest.
And here's where we begin the journey.
It's always difficult to run around and see, because here's where he is. What is it?
This is all my doing. Forgive me.
I told you, there's nothing to forgive. What's wrong?
It isn't like you to act like this. I did not train in the way of the dark sword so I could steal
From innocence came. I trained because His Majesty asked it of me.
You mustn't blame yourself for the orders you were given. Our king had his reasons, I'm sure of it. I envy you, King.
Cecil, say you shock.
I saw the openings you left. How do you
Expect to lead the dragoons if you cannot even guard your own flank. My father's blood is in me. I will
lead the dragoons? Have no fear of that. You're certainly headstrong enough.
no more holding back, Cecil. Fight to
win this time. Don't overthink things, Cecil. You need to keep your wits about you. Or do you mean to send me off against the Eidolon alone? Of course not.
We leave early on the morrow. Best get some sleep.
Good.
Okay. Not how you do it. Oh, jeez. Where you learned who else can I impersonate. Ah. So, of course, there's plenty of others here. Yep. Sometimes you gotta sneak around and try to find where there's different hidden items and things. Okay, first floor. Tutorial room. I'm just going off of memory here. vault below houses Baron's ancestral treasures. Yep. Can't touch the button until much later, I bet. Well, honestly, Jay, when it comes to impersonation, that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. The only thing that you really need to make sure of is to be true with regards to your statements, movements, and your heart. Okay. That tower is closed. Try to head the other way. Cecil!
Thank goodness you're all right. Your orders from the city came so suddenly I worried. They're fine. Small wonder, considering we've...
But mages who did not fight back. Cecil.
I'll visit you in your tower later. Of course.
Of course, I gotta check different rooms. Sometimes they're hiding loot.
This is originally a JRPG. Oh, welcome to the dungeon. Oh. They locked up a couple of mages. Yep. I've played through this game before, so I know some of the backstory already, but that's something for a little bit later. I'm wondering if they've managed to make some changes to the dialogue. Yeah, and they've already hit a different change right here. Well, well, look who's home.
Rosa's been worried sick about you, you know? Make that girl cry and you'll have me to answer to, you hear? Speaking of girls, how are my babies? Didn't burn out any engines, did you? You and them goons of yours need to treat those ships with more respect. Hey, wait, a long face. Something the matter? Fid,
What? And he's sending you to Anti-Idolan instead?
Well, what'll happen to the Red Wings without you? I tell you, something's gotten into His Majesty. He's ordered me to build a new ship, you know? A more maneuverable one, with more firepower. What's he thinking? I'm not building these things for him to wage war. There's talk among the townspeople too. Everyone's worried about where Baron's headed. And now the king's sending you away from us? Misty. Well, you better take care of yourself. Suppose I don't need to worry about you though, do I? I'd best be on my way too. That daughter of mine is gonna wring my neck if I spend another night here working without checking in at home.
Yep. Welcome to Naming Way. This is one of those options. You can go through and rename all the characters if you wish. Eventually there's a hidden cave where you'll find a whole cave full of those bunny men. Okay, turn the bed. It's just the maid. Housekeeping. Chamber. It's one of the only places you get to rest for free. So why not?
Your Majesty, what's become of you? Where is the noble knight, the man who took me in as an orphan and raised me as his own? The strong, just king I once knew. Is a crystal worth all this? Robbing a peaceful people of what's theirs by right. What need could be so great? King's orders or no, there's no forgiving what we've done.
Cecil? Won't you tell me what happened? First you're sent off to Mysidia, and now to hunt some beast again so soon? Did something happen in Mysidia?
No, it's nothing.
Of course it's nothing.
Then why won't you look at me?
In Mysidia, we stole a crystal from people who had done no wrong. I've worn this darkened armor for so long now. There's no mote of light left in me. Not even in my heart.
You're a good man, Cecil.
I'm a coward. A coward who cannot even defy orders he knows he ought not follow.
Cecil of the Red Wings is many things, but he is no coward. Not the Cecil who I love. The king is sending you to Mist to slay the Eidolon, isn't he? If anything were to happen to you, I couldn't...
Cain will be with me. I'll be fine. It's late. You should get some rest.
Be careful.
Thank you, Rosa. But I know what I've become.
Yep, definitely. Because honestly, with regards to this game, a lot of people don't realize that a majority of this is a mixture of Final Fantasy and a tale of redemption inside of it. It's not just a love story.
Shall we then, Cecil?
I'll be counting on you, my friend.
Then you've nothing to fear.
And so the Dark Knight Cecil, stripped of his command of the Red Wings, set out for the distant Valley of Mist. Together with Kane, commander of the Dragoons, he would pursue a faceless quarry and a chance for redemption. The advent of the airship had marked the realization of mankind's most ancient dream, but man is a creature seldom sated, and he was quick to dream anew. With the unparalleled might of the Red Wings, Baron's military soon reigned supreme. Why then does its king now seek the crystals? And why have fearsome monsters suddenly begun to overrun the once calm land? If the crystals know, they share no answers, only their pure and silent light. And here we go. And right into it, yep. Let's go with an auto battle. Let's see how it does. Let's see if the AI is any good at this. Yeah. Slightly a bit weaker, but yeah. Change the map a little bit, but yeah. There we go. That's what we needed. And there's the bunny man. Your name was him, right? Said about mapping out a new course for my life. Okay. Mapping way. Oh, nice. That's a quality of life upgrade. Because originally, back in the day, they didn't have a mini-map. Alright, let's make sure. How the heck did I get over there? Down and up. So, around the way, I guess. Who's there? It's part of this. It's, you know, this is an old JRPG, so of course you've got to constantly be fighting and trying to level. Honestly, you'd think those things would just pop out into a butterfly with confuse. There's the butterflies. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Now we gotta get a bit more tactical about this. Of course, it's got to be trying to slow me down. Doesn't have any effect because it's already been slowed, so it's not really going to work. And there we go. What's up? Speaking of centipedes. Yeah. Return whence you came. That voice. Could it be the Eidolon? Oh yeah, the Eidolons, the summons, they can talk. In this game, all of them do. They actually do have speaking roles. Interesting how everything plays out. That's true. That's true. Oh, I used to have a snake. Long time ago. Ball python. Some people didn't like the fact that I had to actually feed it hamsters. Men of Baron. You know who we are? You know who we are? Thank you, thank you. That's at least something I can edit. How about now? Hopefully that's a bit better. All right. Leave it once, and no harm will befall you. I will abide no further trespass. Show yourself.
We must deliver this ring to the village of Mist Beyond. There'll be it.
The mist is gathering.
This is the fun part.
You never carried a snake but had one? Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. There is one thing to say about this part. When the mist actually happens, I'm remembering strategy here. Yep. You send him away on an attack, but the downside is all of a sudden it focuses all of it on you. Ah, dang it. Oh, that would suck, Jay. Yeah, it's always the smaller ones that will actually end you. Always the small ones, because they tend to have more potent venom. There we go. Got it. Yes, yes indeed. Now to see how this goes.
The ring! This is what we were sent to do?
He wished this village torched.
But why? Why?
Borrow that scarf. It's kind of dangerous with a python.
Mother, you can't die. Just because your dragon did.
I've heard of their lot. Men who can conjure Eidolons. Summoners.
Then the dragon we slew was her mother's?
You're the ones who killed her dragon?
Forgive us. We had no idea this would happen to your mother.
His Majesty sent us to eliminate every last one of these people.
No.
Foul work, to be sure. But we'll need to kill the girl as well.
Cain!
It's her or us, Cecil.
She's a child!
You'd betray your king?
Betray him? Any man who'd wish for this is no king of mine.
I thought you might say that.
Then...
I owe His Majesty much, but not so much I'd soil the Dragoon's name in his.
Then you're with me.
Baron's army is the mightiest in the world. Our flight means nothing if we remain alone. We must treat with other nations, share what we've seen. And Rosa, she must share our flight.
And she will. Thank you.
I'm not doing this for you.
Huh?
Quickly, we mustn't linger here. What of the girl?
We take her with us. Come. It's not safe here. Take my hand.
No!
We've no time. Use force if you must.
The fun part.
Stay away!
Wait!
Leave me alone! I hate you!
Yep. Yeah. Yup. That's how powerful that little girl is. Yep.
She's alive. Thank goodness. Game. Go. Well, I cannot stay here. I need to take this girl somewhere safe. Forgive me, King. Yeah.
Into the desert. Comb the desert. I don't know about that spiky hedgehog, man. He looks sus. And of course, I got a cat trying for my attention. Yep. Here would be about a good spot where we're gonna have to see about calling it, because dinner is calling for me. So we will save here. We will find somebody that we can raid off to. Yep. Definitely see where we can pop up. Okay. Definitely see about this. Right off into let's see. Yeah, somebody you know? Let's see. Okay. Figured I could give it a shot. Then forward for it and definitely see how things go there. Hopefully everybody has a decent enough day. And let's see here. Definitely thank people for coming, and hopefully everybody has a blessed day and things move on forward. Keep it real, guys. Keep it real. Bless you too.